Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever been in a situation where you pretended to understand or like something just because everyone else did? It's that awkward feeling of not wanting to look silly or be the odd one out. Well, today we're diving into a classic story that takes this exact idea to a whole new level. It's a hilarious and surprisingly insightful tale about vanity, peer pressure, and the power of a little bit of honesty. We're talking about the one and only The Emperor's New Clothes. So get comfy and let's unravel this timeless fable together. A long, long time ago, there lived an emperor who was absolutely obsessed with clothes. He didn't care about his soldiers, his people, or governing his kingdom. All he cared about was showing off a new outfit for every hour of the day. His closets were overflowing and his royal tailors were always busy. He spent so much money on fashion that the kingdom was nearly bankrupt, but as long as he looked good, he didn't seem to mind. One day, two crafty swindlers arrived in the city. They heard about the emperor's obsession and saw a golden opportunity. They presented themselves at the palace, claiming to be the finest weavers in the world. They told the emperor they could weave a fabric so magnificent, so exquisite, that it was unlike anything ever seen before. But this fabric, they said, had a special, magical quality. It was invisible to anyone who was unfit for their job or hopelessly stupid. The emperor was ecstatic. What a marvelous idea! He thought, with a suit made from this fabric, I could finally tell which of my ministers are incompetent. I could distinguish the wise from the foolish. He immediately gave the two swindlers a huge bag of gold and ordered them to start weaving at once. The two tricksters set up two looms and pretended to work day and night. They gestured and mimed, snipping with their scissors in the air and threading invisible needles. Of course, the looms were completely empty, but they kept asking for more and more fine silk and gold thread, which they secretly stashed away in their own bags. After a few days, the emperor grew curious. He wanted to see how his magnificent new clothes were coming along. But then he remembered the fabric's special property. What if I can't see it? He worried. That would mean I'm a fool or unfit to be emperor. That thought was too terrifying. So he decided to send his most trusted and honest old minister to check on the progress. The old minister went to the workshop where the two swindlers were working. He squinted at the empty looms. His heart sank. He couldn't see a single thread. Oh, dear heavens, he thought to himself, panicking. Am I a fool? Am I unfit for my position? He didn't dare admit the truth. So when the weavers asked him how he liked the intricate patterns and vibrant colors, he praised them lavishly. It's magnificent, absolutely splendid, he exclaimed. He went back to the emperor and gave a glowing report about the beautiful cloth. Encouraged, the emperor sent another trusted official. The same thing happened. The official stared at the empty looms, saw nothing, and terrified of being labeled stupid, he also reported back that the fabric was the most stunning thing he had ever seen. Soon, the entire city was talking about the incredible, magical cloth that only the wise and competent could see. Finally, the emperor couldn't wait any longer. He went to see the fabric for himself, followed by his entire court. When he entered the room, he saw the swindlers pointing at the empty looms. He stared, he blinked. He saw absolutely nothing. A cold sweat ran down his back. This is horrible. He thought, am I a fool? Am I not fit to be emperor? But he couldn't let anyone know, so he put on his best act. Oh, it is truly divine, he declared loudly. The patterns are exquisite. I give it my highest approval. His entire court, not wanting to appear stupid themselves, all nodded and murmured in agreement, praising the non-existent fabric. The emperor then declared he would wear his new clothes in a grand procession through the city the next day. The swindlers stayed up all night, cutting the air with scissors and sewing with empty needles, pretending to finish the suit. In the morning, they presented the clothes to the emperor. They helped him put on the trousers, the jacket, and the long flowing train. The emperor stood in front of the mirror, turning this way and that, while his courtiers all said, Your Majesty, the suit is perfect. So the emperor marched out into the streets, wearing nothing at all. The grand procession began. The people lining the streets had all heard about the magical clothes. None of them could see anything, of course, but nobody wanted to be the one to admit it. They didn't want their neighbors to think they were stupid. So they all shouted, Oh, what wonderful clothes! And look at that beautiful fabric! The emperor walked proudly, believing he was the best-dressed man in the world. Then suddenly, a small child in the crowd, who didn't know or care about pretending, pointed at the emperor and shouted in his innocent, clear voice, "But he isn't wearing anything at all." A hush fell over the crowd. Then someone whispered, "Listen to the child. He's not wearing anything." The whisper grew into a murmur, and the murmur grew into a roar as everyone finally admitted the truth. "He's got no clothes on." The emperor heard them and shivered, because he knew in his heart that they were right. But he thought, the procession must go on. So he held his head even higher and walked on, while his chamberlains scrambled behind, holding up a train that wasn't there. And that's the story. It's a funny reminder that sometimes it takes the honesty of a child to point out a truth that all the adults are too afraid to admit. It teaches us to trust our own eyes and not just follow the crowd. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more tailies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.